I saw something disturbing at my mother's funeral. Everyone was focused on the prayer, but the nanny stood off to the side trying to hide a smile. At first, I didn't think much of it. I just figured something had crossed her mind. But that night, as I lay in bed, I kept hearing my mother's voice. She kept repeating the nanny's name. At first, I thought I was imagining it. I missed my mom so much my mind was playing tricks on me. But the next day, I discovered something that changed everything. I saw my father sitting in a car with the nanny, and the way they looked at each other felt wrong. They acted like a couple who had been together for years. That was the moment I started believing my mother's death wasn't an accident. From then on, I kept a close eye on the nanny, and before long I noticed something strange. Every time she came to our house, our dog would completely lose it, barking nonstop at her. What really started to bother me was this. Every time my family left the house, the nanny would close the curtains in my mother's room. My mother needed sunlight, but her room stayed dark. Not long after that, her condition got worse, and eventually she died. Around the same time, I started noticing something wrong with me too. Every time I ate food the nanny made, my stomach would start to hurt. It wasn't unbearable, just enough to make me wonder. When I told my girlfriend everything that had been happening, she didn't believe me. She thought I was overreacting. That night, my brother and I were having dinner with the nanny when our dog suddenly started barking like crazy. She offered to take him for a walk and told us to finish dinner without her. But even after my dad came home, she still wasn't back. Then out of nowhere, we heard a scream from the living room. It was the nanny. I ran toward the sound, and what I saw stopped me cold. My dog was lying on the floor, dead. The nanny said he'd been hit by a car, but I wasn't buying it. The way she acted felt fake, like she was putting on a performance. In my mind, there was only one explanation. She killed him. I completely lost control and demanded to know why she did it, but the stress hit me all at once, and a sharp pain shot through my stomach. Before long, I was rushed to the hospital. I tried telling my dad the truth, but he wouldn't listen. He thought I was losing my mind, and even started believing I had schizophrenia. That night, while I was asleep, the nanny walked into my room carrying a bowl of oatmeal. The moment I picked it up, I noticed a strange smell. Something about it felt wrong. That's when I started thinking it had been poisoned. I needed proof, so I secretly poured the oatmeal into my pencil case, grabbed my backpack, and slipped out of the room. But the moment I stepped outside, I ran into the nanny. She was in the kitchen chopping vegetables. She looked at my backpack and asked where I was going. I told her I was meeting a friend and headed for the door. But a second later, she noticed something dripping from my bag and reached for a dishcloth. I stopped her immediately. After I left, she noticed the oatmeal on the floor. I found my girlfriend as fast as I could and begged her to take it to a lab for testing, but she refused. Worse, she started believing I really did have schizophrenia. We got into a huge argument, and in the end she knocked the oatmeal out of my hands. It spilled all over the floor, and just like that, our relationship was over. That night at dinner, I watched my dad and the nanny eating like nothing was wrong. Then an idea hit me. I asked my dad to switch plates with me, but the nanny immediately shut it down. That reaction told me everything I needed to know. I became even more convinced my food had been drugged. So I grabbed my dad's plate and took it into my room, determined to get proof.
Hey, what are you doing? Danny, what are you doing?
Collecting evidence.
Of what?
Of whatever she's using to poison me.
She's not, I promise. Danny.
But my dad still wouldn't listen. He rushed after me and tried to stop me. I completely lost my temper, pulled out a knife, and warned them not to come closer. At the same time, the nanny called the police. I ran into her room, searching for evidence everywhere I could think of. Drawers, cabinets, anything. But I found nothing. No poison, no proof, nothing. Then the bedroom door burst open. My dad and the nanny forced their way inside. The moment I saw her standing there, I snapped. She looked like a monster to me. I raised the knife and charged. That's when the police stormed in with guns drawn. I was arrested for attempted murder. In court, no one believed me. The judge ruled I had severe schizophrenia. I was sent to a psychiatric hospital. 3 months later, the nanny came to visit me.
Danny, I'm so sorry to be the one to share this with you. Your father passed away.
You bitch!